Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our second lecture. Can you send me some reactions if you can hear me clearly? So, kindly send me some reactions if my audio is good na. So, we can now start. So, I guess there are only 38 students here. So, I think padulong pang uban. But I catered this because mo man ni ang carry sa inyo ang schedule, right? So I was expecting naa na gyud ang everyone by now. So tentatively this is just a single section. No? Isa ra man ni ka section 30 pila ni? 38. So isa ra na ka section. So again, no, as I have mentioned in our last meeting last week, so for the 4D, I mentioned that it should be I mentioned before 4D and 4E. No, I mentioned that we will be conducting our in the next meeting in the next face to face that we will be having. We will be having our first quiz and the coverage would include the last week's topic and including this one, the in situ stresses and the stress distribution. So, I think short ratong discussion na ni karon kay Sen Ramni siya. Okay? So, again, once again, welcome to our class discussion. Let me start. So, first topic is your in situ stresses. Pero before sa day ana guys, kay mo join sa ako sa Picas na ko account so that I'd be able to see your screen. Kay I cannot see. Um, I guess ang ako na post na scores so far sa assignment kay ang 4D pa lang. For the 4E wala pa ko check because I had to do something pa. Yeah, yesterday. So nakoy lain nga matters gihimo. So I was supposed to post the results last Saturday pero murag gabi naman kay to. So I opted na lang nga Sunday ko mag-check pero I had to do some other work pag yun. So that's why I wasn't able to post immediately your assignment. But within this week, within this week I will be posting your assignment score. Sa dito sa sheet, you can now actually see your scores there. I-update lang ako to siya from time to time. Depende sa akong availability, guys. Sige, wait lang. Pa-join na sa akong account. Sa Pikas. Gana mag-message yun. Someone messaged me. So guys, if you have any other concerns, I really prefer you guys to message me in the Azalned na account because katong isa magud na akong account is my personal space, you know. You don't want ano sa tawag na, you don't want to juggle between those two things, no. Dili same case sa inyo ano, dili pud ko ganahan nga masagulan ang ako ang personal life with work life. Gets ninyo ko. So as much as I wanted to cater your concerns through my main account, so I prefer you guys to message my work account kay ina naman ta iset aside na to basta gani rest day sa na. So ina na siya kay para kay naa kasi na tendency nga ma-burnout ka, especially that you're working. Example, awat sa ko I'm currently working from 8 a.m. to let's say 9 p.m. So every day, imagine na ina nakakapoy. So as much as possible, I wanted my Sundays to be kuan guys, to just be for rest day. So most of the time, no, some of you here are kanang sa tawag na Facebook friend man sa akong main account. So sa tawagan na dili lagi pa dyan. So makita ko ninyo nga magsige og kung sa na shared post na it's a way for de-stress bitaw tawag na de-stress ba yun. So syempre namamtay na ng mga bye. Natay mga inana ng attribute. So, if na may mga concern, dito mo pag-message sa Azalnet, guys. Kay, it's for my work account. No, na dito ako ang DP na work and everything. So, inana. kay I've sa tawag ni na ako'y notif na receive a message coming from you, from one of you dahil sa akong main account. So ayaw lang dito pag message. Pero okay naman sa kuha message mo, reply naman gyapon ta mo. Pero it's just that I really prefer you guys to message my work account kay para dili siya masagulan sa kuha personal life. Okay? Nakita ninyo akong katag dito. Anyways, okay na ta. Bugay kay nakasudot akong Pikas account kay log. Sige. So again, no, we will be discussing in situ stresses. So before we start with before we solve some problems, let me introduce you to the concepts behind the stresses that I'm talking about here. So no, to analyze problems, no, di ba, I've mentioned in our previous meeting, we will be discussing compressibility of soil. Ang pasabot sa compressibility of soil, this includes the settlement of soil, consolidation of soil, so bearing capacity, which is attributed to Terzaghi, and stability and lateral earth pressure, which will be tackled in our next discussion. So, in order for us to analyze these problems, it is necessary to determine the stress distribution along a given cross section of soil profile. So in this term, no, nganong kinahanglan nato i-analyze ang stress sa kada soil area nga ato ang soil section. So amo to akong na-mention, I don't know if unsa to nga section or previous week to, I've mentioned nga kinahanglan ta, we cannot assume na sa isa ka soil location, isa ka location, maka-assume ta nga tanan soil ana is uniform, di ba? We cannot assume that. That's why natin mga further soil test na ginahimo. So, that means nga if dili gani same ang cross sections sa isa ka soil profile, guys, we cannot assume that they are having the same stresses, di ba? We cannot assume. So, since per se this type of soil is receiving this amount of stress, and it's kind of different sa other parts na pod or sa other portions na pod ato ng area. So that's why before we design something, especially the foundations, mga soil structures to may nana, it's necessary for us to determine the stresses that are present. In our discussion right now, we will be differentiating the stresses that are present in soil. So unsa man ni atong mga stresses nga naa sa soil, guys? So we have these two two main type of stresses. So ang first one is mas sikat siya sa ginatawag natong overburden stresses, or napo siya other terminology which you can call, by the way, as geostatic. Pero actually mas ilado siya sa tawag nga this one geostatic, mas ilado siya sa tawag nga overburden stresses. Then the other one is called the added stresses. Mura gyapon ni siya kung ato na siyang entail sa ato ang simple beam or whatever. This could be the superimposed. So added stress na siya. So it could be in the form of point, line strip, na po siya ginatawag nga triangular, circular, and rectangular. So now, let's go back to the overburden stresses. So, sa overburden stresses, naadjud tay three governing types of stresses dira, guys. And it should be the total pressure. No, it is denoted with the symbol which is this and sub T. And the other one is the pore water pressure. And the second one is the effective pressure. Sige, let us differentiate these three terminologies, which is really vital for us to solve the problems that in order for us to solve the problem. So let's define muna what's a total pressure. Sige, total pressure, by the name itself, it's the total pressure. So total pressure, it's the pressure induced by the soil due to ang mga stresses, its self-weight, stress due to its water. So technically, total pressure, ang atong masumaan ni in Bisaya in layman's term, it's the overall. From the name is overall. Naana na dira tanan ang stress nga gi-induce sa tubig, ang stress gi-induce sa kabugaton sa added stress, and ang stress nga gi-induce sa pabangon ning wala ning soil. So inana apil ang total pressure na. Now, dirita Dirita sa pore water pressure. So, pore water pressure, guys, napod tayo ginatawag nga ang stress nga, let's say, if you would notice here in our soil diagram, guys, di ba, if you would notice na tayo soil, na tayo water, and another portion of food soil na po, then na ay murag moist, nga na ay water, right? If you would notice, this portion here, let's say, if you would want to analyze the, dali na lang, dali. If you would, at this point, no, you wanted to analyze, let's say, this is 10 meters, no, from the top of the soil, no. So, if it's 10 meters, no, you are auto-calculate that, the stress at the depth 10 meters below the ground. So, ang pasabot ana, you will not only consider ang stress gi-induce aning yuta, kani nga yuta, dili lang kani, but also, we would also take into consideration the amount of stress induced by this portion here, which is the water. So, kung total pressure nga atong hisgutan, but pasabot, kani di ay tanan nga pressure, I mean, stress gikan pa lang sa sinugdanan, which is diri, let's say atong label bi atong to. Let's label this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, but pasabot, pag ngayon kag total stress, kani sila tanan nga stress ang imong i-take into consideration. But, what if, napod, no? What if, mag-talk na po ta about pore water pressure. So, pag ngayon lang kag pore water pressure, imo lang i-take into consideration ang stress induced by the water. So, per se, this is just 1M, di ba? 1M. So, technically, ang kanilang nga portion ang imo i-consider for the pore water pressure. Di ba? The general formula of pressure is just gamma H. Modyo ng overarching nga equation for pressure. But since we are just talking about pore water pressure, the gamma here should be the, what they call this, the unit weight of water, and the height here is just pertaining to the height wherein water is present. So, nganong niingon ka, ma'am, mga water is present, ganun ito, height of water na lang dahil, ma'am. But pasabot here, what I'm trying to say here is that, ang pasabot diri is, kani, naana siya water. Naana siya water, right? Naana siya water. But what about here? Di ba? You would also notice that there are some portion here nga naa siya present sa water. But we cannot deduce nga, water na siya tanan because there are still some portion here that are comprised with soil. So that's why yung naata ginatawag na concept, di ba, nga moist. Di ba? You know that moist is comprised of water and at the same time, not, of course, na siya soil. Di ba? Mo na siya to ang interpretation. So, in order for us to get later on, no, since we are talking about the pore water pressure, i-consider gyapon ni nato siya. But now, I'm transitioning you, by the way, what I'm trying to explain dahil kay na-transition na ta to effective pressure. Effective pressure. So, unsa may general definition dahil sa effective pressure. How do we interpret the word effective? Diba effective? We can associate the word effective with the word net. Now, how do we define net? Net is just associated with the difference, diba? Difference. Net difference, so minus balik kibali minus, so makaano na ta nga okay, the mathematical symbol that should be used when we talk about effective is ang minus sign. Ma'am, unsa lugar ang among i-minus, ma'am? So, in effective pressure, guys, it's the difference between your total pressure and pore water pressure. So, from the definition itself, no, effective water pressure is equals to the difference between the total pressure and the pore water pressure. But pasabot, we are only accounting for the pressure excluding the water. Pasabot ana, mano siya. So, actually, una lang na akong explain diri, pero napa na siya sa latter slide. Sige, let's try to, aside from that, no, natay stress distribution, pero later na siya because we are still talking about the geostatic stresses pa man. Pero we will be discussing the added stresses, which is in the form of Boussinesq, Westergaard, and the 2:1 method. Sige, padayon ta para dili maputol ang momentum. So, that's what I mentioned, no? That the overarching formula for stress should be, stress or pressure should be gamma H. Gamma H. So, gamma here is defined as your unit weight, and height here is just obviously height, no? So let's see. I'll be providing you a soil profile. This is your gamma, and then this is your gamma sat. No, because based on this illustration, kuno na daw diri inyuhang water table, no. And this is, let's denote that height, a z, then height of water, so height total. So how do we calculate for its total pressure? So the formula for that is just total pressure is equals to gamma, this one, times its height, which is denoted here as z, plus gamma sat, and multiplied by its height. Inanara siya. But what about if we're talking about pore water pressure? Pag pore water pressure, di ba, how do we define pore water pressure? It's the height induced by the water. So, unsa generic formula for stress or pressure? It's as gamma H. So, that would be just um, unit weight of water multiplied by the height of the water. So, yun na lang siya. But what about effective stress? It should just be effective total minus its unit weight of water. So, more ni siya ang generic na formula for the effective stress. But there is actually some sort of shortcut, no? Para dili na kamo agi pa magkuha ka total pressure, magkuha pa ka og total pore water pressure, the effective stress. So, per se, if this, no, magkuha ka sa imong saturated here. So, what you're gonna do is just to use nga this equation. So, you remove the unit weight of water in the y sat. So, ang interpretation nako ana should be gamma z plus y sat minus the unit weight of water multiply the height of the water. This should be the shortcut. I-try gani nato na later para makita ninyo, no? So, inana na siya. You can actually do this step, do this step, do this step. But in doing this step, nakasummarize rin siya aning equation. So, inana lang siya. Nga, automatically, basta gani mag-ask ang problem for us to solve for the effective stress, no, pa-solve ang effective stress, all we have to do is just to subtract the presence of the water or the pore water pressure in the saturated unit weight. So, that's why. And at the same time, we'll have to multiply it with the height, no? Yeah. So, let's try to solve this first problem, which is in this, no, naalam ko ba? A layer of 9M thick is overlaid, no? Ang usa sa mga problema aning geotech is tag-as gyud siya problem, guys. So one attribute that you should be having is actually highlighting or underlining the words that should be necessary. So overlay na sa may pasuot ana by a deposit of sand 15M. So pasabot sa overlay naa siya sa ilalom, no? Sa sand, okay? So 9M ang height sa imuhang clay and deposit of sand which is 15M thick to the ground surface. When the water table down is at the ground surface level, so the saturated unit weight of sand was determined to be 21.2 kilonewton per cubic meter, for which its dry unit weight is 18.2 kilonewton per cubic m. Now, the saturated unit weight of the clay is 18.8 kilonewton per cubic m when the ground water table is lowered na po daw. So, kay bale, if this scenario da ay duwa da kabog ang situation nga kahitabo ani, first is ang water is naa pa daw siya on top of its ground surface, then after which, no, gilower ang water table, nihubas siya. So, it was lowered from the ground surface, ni paubos daw siya og 7.6 meters. So, and aside from that, no, the degree, it was described here in a given problem that the degree of saturation of the sand above the water table was lowered to 30 degrees Celsius. Now, ma'am, naanalig degree of saturation diri, tapos sa first situation, wala lagi gi-mention ang degree of saturation. Diba? It was described earlier nga ang imuhang water table is tada siya on top of the ground surface. And you know, diba? Basta gani, fully saturated ang soil, pila ang value sa iyahang degree of saturation. Diba? It should be 100%. No, wala nagiingon diri sa problem Pero kabalo ka dapat ana nga concept. So that's why after which no gilowered naman daw siya. No, after this, di ba, inana man na daw bikay na naman po daw diri ang water table. So of course, from 100% ang degree of saturation, ang yan na lang daw degree of saturation is 30%. Both pasabot kani day nga yuta diri is umog-umog or basa-basa. Mo na pasabot ana siya, guys. So at the mid height of the clay layer, take note guys ha, mid height of the clay layer. Basta gani dili siya mo ingon nga at a certain point, let's say at 9 m below the ground, at 10 m below the ground, at 15 m below the ground, always assume to divide the clay layer with 2. Okay, mid-height always ang analysis sa clay layer. Mid-height siya. If dili siya state sa problem nga, ang ginapapangita guys is kanang certain point bitaw. So now, we are to evaluate the effective pressure before lowering. So effective pressure, that's gonna be right, ay nani na siya. Then effective pressure after na po lower ang table, effective pressure. Then next is effective pressure in kPa when there is no water in the sand layer but remain in moist condition at the same degree of saturation. So technically in this problem na aday tulo ka box situation, but for now in the slide I will be showing you just the two scenarios or situations. So first, let's interpret that, no. When you draw that, no, ma'am, ang problema mong gud aning geotech guys is mata kong ingon, taas ang problem and wala kay siya illustration. So you are to interpret, imagine na this is just a given and you are the one to interpret the illustration. So what if wala mo na sabtan sa overlay or inana nga mga terminology, so need na to sabtan. So masanay raman po ana guys. So again, no, 9 m thick of clay. Oh, so this is just mo ni ang clay layer guys. And then the sand should be 15 m sakto. And then, what else? So, ma'am, how did you know, ma'am, nga nasa ilalom si clay? Ganun, una man gimension lagi man si clay, ma'am, pero ganun naman siya sa ilalom. Because of the terminology nga akong gilingin ng kagani, overlay. Overlay in English term is just basically telling us nga something is above it. No, something is above it. So but pasabot nga wala pa man diri gi-portion gi-mention ani but the means of mentioning this, wala pa man gi-mention kung unsa to nga soil ang naa sa taas, but it was further added nga sand down. So but ipasabot that the clay layer is below the sand. So ina na lang siya. And when the water table is at the ground surface, so you'd notice that there is a water table sign there, no? And the saturated unit weight of sand, no, take note, sand should be 21.2 kilonewton. Then the dry unit weight is 18.2, no, of the sand. Now, another unit weight was also given, the saturated unit weight of the clay layer. So that's gonna be here, portion 18.8 kilonewton. So other given are for the rest. This is just the situation 1. What about the situation 2? So the situation 2 looks like this. So this is how it looks like, no. Na after the groundwater table is from the ground surface, ni lower siya og 7.6 meters. So it was said here in the problem ano to. When the water table lowered by 7.6. So this is the 7.6 that is being pertained here. So 7.6. So ma'am, kagikan o 7.4. That is just 15 minus 7.6. So that's the remaining height of which water table is, the water table is still present or just the water is just present. So that's 7.4. And of course, there's no changes in the height of the clay layer because it is just still submerged with the groundwater table present a 7.6 below the ground surface. So now the difference now is that another parameter was already given, no? Another na pod nga value ang given, which is the degree of saturation daw is 30%. So this soil daw present here has a degree of saturation nga 30%. Now, we are to solve the effective pressure before lowering the water table. So effective pressure daw ani nga scenario, effective pressure daw ani nga scenario, and the latter. Okay, let's try to solve this problem. So, again, no, it was mentioned here nga mid-height of clay layer. I want you guys to recall that nga mid-height yun siya sa clay layer. So, effective pressure before lowering the table. So, that is just, let's try to, ang solution nga ako ipakita diri guys is ang taas na version, but we can do the shorter version later. Okay? So, sun, let's try to give enumerate the given. So mano siya ang mga unit weights. So unsa ganito ang overarching equation basta magkuha tag pressure or stress, di ba? Stress is just gamma h. So total pressure, how do we induce get the total pressure? That is just the unit weight of sun plus the multiplied by its height, then the unit weight of clay layer multiplied by its height. So sige. That is just 21.2, which is the unit weight of sand multiplied by 15, which is the height. Gamma H na siya, goods na. But what about the clay? No, the clay layer na siya saturated unit weight to be 18.8, this one. But take note, what about the height? Nganong height ana niya ma'am is 4.5 because as I have told you, it was stated in the problem that it should be in the mid height of the clay layer. So mid height of clay is just gonna be 9 divided by 2. So that's gonna be 4.5. So that's why ang label diri is 4.5, this point here. So you have to multiply it with 4.5. So you will obtain 402.6 kPa. Is this the final answer? No, definitely not. Definitely not because it's just the total pressure. We are now to account na po the other pressure, which is the pore water pressure. So unsa ganitong definition na that's still gamma H, but the gamma that should be utilized here is now the unit weight of water and the height of the water. So no lang I cannot sorry. So that's gonna be still the they call this the sun and the clay. So that's gonna be the unit weight of water multiplied by its height, unit weight of water multiplied by its height. So that's gonna be 9.81. Asa gikan si 9.81 because that is the unit weight of water. Multiplied by its height nga 15. 15 magyapon ang atuang height of water because total submerged ba siya og water, di ba? Nasa ground surface ang iyahang water. Plus the unit weight of water again. And now the difference now is the mid height pa rin. Implied gapon si mid height here. So that's gonna be 4.5 and we will get a rough value of 191.30. Now, since this is not the values that are being asked in this problem kay effective pressure, di ba? How do you define effective pressure, di ba? That's gonna be the difference between the total pressure and the pore water pressure, di ba? So all we have to do is just to subtract 402.6 with 191.30. Subtract na siya, guys. So that's gonna be 211.305. So this is now your final answer. But I wanted to show you how to solve for the shorter version nga di na kanid ani. So that's just gonna be sulat atong formula here. Effective pressure, ka shorter version ana nga di na ka magkuha sa total pressure for water pressure not unless it's stated or it's being asked in the problem. So that's gonna be effective pressure is equals to the unit weight of clay layer, sand layer minus the unit weight of water times the height plus the unit weight, saturated unit weight of clay layer multiplied by its unit weight and multiplied by its height. So that's para dili confusing. This should be sand, tapos this should be clay, and clay. So let's check ha if maubag yun na. So atong our answer, let's try it in our calculator. So that's gonna be pila man atong unit weight of sand, di ba? That's gonna be clay sa na to. Share.
1.2.
Yes. Thank you. Sige. That's gonna be 21.2 minus how much? 9.81, right? Okay, that's the unit weight of water. The way, how much is the height of your sand? That's gonna be 15, di ba? Plus, pajud ka, og what? Unit weight, saturated unit weight of the clay layer, which is 18.8. Subtract it with the unit weight of water, which is 9.81. Then multiply it with what? 4.5 because that's gonna be the mid height of your clay layer, and it should yield to the same answer, which is 211.305. So basically, no, niagi patag for water pressure. I mean, sorry, niagi pata atong niagi pa ta ni total pressure, niagi pag yun ta ni for water pressure, ay hapata na po effective pressure. But we can actually do that by just simply using the simplified equation or just subtracting the presence of the the water. So, mura na siya. So, what I did here is just to let you know or like ipakita sa inyo nga we can, the concept behind ba why this equation is implied nga ina na din concept ana nga kinahanglan dahil kuhaon ang presence sa water. So again, from the total pressure. So ina na siya. Total pressure, pour water pressure, kuhaan mo dahil pour water pressure for you to get the effective pressure. Nasabtan? Hello, everyone. Nasabtan guys, no? So you can send me some reactions if nakasabot na ba ang all, no? Nga you can actually in our quizzes or in our laboratory, ina na nga mag-require kong solution or something like that, you don't necessarily have to solve for the total pressure, for water pressure, ay mo makakuha og effective pressure. You can directly use this equation overarching equation that you know para mas dali siya. Because in this specific type of problem, I don't really show my solutions na diretso kay gakalkul lang ko diretso kay store lang dayon kay kalas na siya type. All I usually do no is just to draw the soil profile para mas ma-interpret na ako siya tarong. Ina na siya. Nasabtan? Sige. I've seen some few reactions coming from you. Gamay ra nakasabot. Sige. Nakasabot raman ang all na. Sige. So that's just gonna be the first problem. What about the second problem, no? The difference, the concept is still the same, but the tricky part here is that we do not know the gamma in this moist part of this soil. May tricky na part, di ba? May tricky nga part. Because we do not know the gamma here, I mean the moist unit weight. Because nga wag puta nakaingon nga, ma'am, wala na na tubig, dry na siya. No, we cannot assume that because there is a percentage of the degree of saturation given, but pasabot umog-umog siya, moist siya. So mo na ang tricky nga part, di ba? We know that's just gamma H, di ba? But the tricky part rada ay is just wala tay unit weight sa sun because you know that the overarching formula should be the gamma moist times the height moist plus gamma sat of sand minus unit weight of water times the height of butang na nako 2 butang na 1 na siya plus pajud na siya gamma sat minus unit weight of water and the height of clay. Diba? Inanaram na siya. But the tricky lagi nga part is wala tayo why moist. So, muna na siya itong first nga sulbaron. We are to find the moist unit weight. Sige. Naatay formula in getting the Y moist. And na ako di ba gi-introduce nga mga formula katong derived. We can actually get the value for the moist unit weight by using the derived formula that I gave and another formula katong ym is equals to yd1 plus something like that. Now, kani na ako itudlo nga we can actually do some interpolation here. Interpolate na siya, ma'am. In what manner were you able to say nga pwede ra day ni interpolate ni nga pwede ra day interpolate ang pagpangita sa Y moist, ma'am? Sige. I want you guys to recall. Di ba pag moingon kag saturated. What is the value of your S? Di ba? Who can tell me, be? I want to know. Pag fully saturated yun ang cannot see.
1.
1. That's 1.
One.
Right, correct. That's 1. But what about if it's moist? Sige, what about if it's moist? In this problem, pila man ang ato ang value ana? Given in this problem, 30%, so that's gonna be 0.3. Correct, no? That's 0.3. What about if it's dry? No, dry. How much is your saturated unit weight? If it's dry. I cannot fully understand. Di kina ko madunggat. Ano sa to? That should be, ay magkadlok og answer guys. Wala man ni right through.
10.2.
That should be what? Do not complicate things guys. I cannot see. Pwede mo chat, pwede ra mo
Zero.
Yes, who answered that? Yeah, that's correct. That should be zero. Because it's dry. Diba? How do you define dry? Walay tubig. So, zero siya. Mo yung kag saturated, 100% na tubig. Mo yung kag moist, 30% na tubig. So, pag mo yung kag dry, wala siya tubig. But technically, guys, wala siya dry. There is infinite. But we take it as 0. So, automatically zero siya. But, again, your interpretation in this one is correct. So, with this concept in mind, that you know that if it's dry, so that's gonna be 0. And then if it's saturated, that's 1. And you are looking for a value in between 0 and 1. So we can maximize the utilization, we can utilize the concept about interpolation, which is in your calculator. So gamitin na to na inyong calculator. So now, no, let's try to go to mode 3.2. Mode 3.2. Sige, babe, can you send me some reactions if naana sa inyo ang inyong mga calculators? I want you guys to try this. No? Naana sa inyo ha? Sige, naana ba sa inyo inyong mga calculator? Kaya I want you guys to try po. Kaya para, dili lang po mo ma-pressure o study ba lawit lang. Sige, you have your calculators already. So now, pwede rin any of these columns, but let's say the saturated one is, the saturation is in the first column, then the unit weights are in the Y column. Okay, Y man na siya. So let's try to input 1, which is for the what? The saturated, di ba? And the 0. Ana siya. Now, let's equate the S nga saturated. Pila unit weight ang naa sa column sa Y diri guys. Ano na wala akong kalkyo. Ang naa diri sa column sa Y guys should be interpreted nga what? Diri imuhang mga unit weights sa sun. So, unsa unit weight sa sun kung 100% ihahang saturation. And that should be the saturated unit weight, di ba? So, that's gonna be 21.2. Okay? Nasabtan, nganong 21.2 ang nakabutang dara. Nganong gipares si 1, which is fully saturated, the degree of saturation for a soil that is fully saturated, and nganong si gamma sat ang atong ibutang dara because it's fully saturated, di ba? And what about the 0? Sige. What about the 0? Unsa ang atong ibutang nga value dira? That should be what?
19 point,
18.2.
Oh,
wait, 18 point,
yes, correct. That should be 18.2 because it's the unit weight of, it's the dry unit weight because di ba atong ingon the degree of saturation of this sand is 0 because if it's dry, and unsa mang atong dry unit weight equivalent sa unit weight ana if it's 0 ang saturation, di ba, that's gonna be your dry unit weight. So 18.2. So okay na ta ang all, no? Okay na ta ni. So now what you're gonna do sa kanan ni siya, I'm gonna show pod sa kasyo. So kanan sa ta, ako lang i-plaster afterwards. Now what you're gonna do is to press Shift CA. Char lang. Ma-erase na inyo ang calcu. CA lang. CA lang. Press CA. Okay, ready na? Yahuman na napalong na gyud. Gigabaan si Ma'am do. Wait lang, nagkataon lang ako apps to sa check na ako na naapa siya. Joke ra to kay naara man siya. So press CA, press apps dayon, press 8, and then press 5, which is Y hat, and type. Unsa to tong type 1 o 0, no? So that's gonna be 0.30. Indicating nga ang imong ginapangita nga unit weight is the 0.30 saturation. And that should be 19.1. Sige, can you send me some reactions if same inyong na-calculate nga value for this? Same ra? That should be 19.1. So basically, mo na siya inyong saturated, moist unit weight sa clay layer. Okay? Now, ang ako ipakita na po, let's try to relate this one in terms of your casio. No, I know not all of you are using Kanon. Sige. Pero ako na siyang walaon later ha. Sige, sige. Ako na walaon later. Sige. So, asan pa akong kasyo eh? So that's what you're gonna do is just the same, no? Mode 3 to ra gyapon. Mode 3 to and then type. Pwede actually guys 0 tapos 1. Tapos do not be confused kung unsa imong iabay ha. 0 is the dry, di ba? That's gonna be 18.2. 10.2 and then the saturated which is 21.2. Similar lang gyapon. So okay na. Ready na ba ang tanang nakakasyo? Ready na ang tanan nakakasyo guys? Okay na. Or nakakanon mo tanan. Napo nagkasyo eh. Sige, okay, ready na. Now, what you're gonna do is press AC gyapon, AC, and then press Shift 1, which is in the start kani siya, Shift 1. So, okay na. Okay na mo? Same na tag screen, guys. So, what you're gonna press is the 5, which is the regression. 5 regression. Now, press 5 for the Y hat. Okay? And then, similarly, you are to type 0.30. And that should yield to the same answer of 19.1. Okay? Okay? Same na bag mga answers ang all. So, no, okay na. So, by now, no, you know how to get, no, dili na siya excuse na ma'am, kasyo, manggod akong kalkyo, wala ni mo gitudlo ang sa kasyo, kanon rin mong gitudlo. Nananay kasyo, sa pamin yung pangita, karse. Pareram ng karse o kasyo. So, all you have to do is just to check the stat mo yung gamit ra o the stat. Ano siya, shift 1. Dili. Basta kay doble man ako ang pointer good eh. Basta kay mauna na siya. Okay, nasabtan. So, padayon ta sa tong solution, okay? I-exit na nako ni si kasyo. Okay? I-exit na lang ako si kasyo guys ha. Okay naman ka itong mga nakakasyo dira. Okay na? Masig man load mo ba kay na-OP mo? Sige, sige, sige. Go. Okay na ta. Exit sana ko siya. So, next is that. So, di na ko gusto mo kalkyuan na kay kapuyan ako. Sige. With the values present. So, how much is your effective pressure? Nana tayo, why mo? So, can tell me. Sige, i-type daw dira guys. What's the value for the effective pressure? Kaya ang naka-solution diri is the total pressure, pour water pressure, tapos napadyoy, pa din yung effective. So, naarang formula diri sa taas. So, that's gonna be, i-type na lang nato diri kay para 19.1 no. I-store na ko to. So, that's gonna be 19.1 times, how much is the height? 7.6 plus, that's gonna be, how much? 21.2 minus 9.81 multiplied by 7.4 plus quantity na po, which is 18.8 minus 9.81 multiplied by how much? Mid-height of clay. Mid-height naman gyapon na 4.5. So, the answer should be 269.901. Same tag-answer? Same tag-answer dira, guys. Okay, same na tag-answer. Pero let tanaw na itong same ba tag-answer. So, mo din yung total pressure. Effective pressure. Same ra ba? Same ra. Mahangyo ra ang piece 0.001. Mahangyo ra na siya. Okay? Nasabtan? So, this is now your final answer for this problem. Nasabtan? Ay, nasabtan. Okay, I hope you were able to get that, guys. Now, let's try to solve the next problem. Effective pressure in kPa where there is no water in the sand layer but remain in moist condition with the same degree of saturation. But pasabot na from the 7.6 lowered nga, di ba diri to nag-start. Tapos ang water table ni padulong siya diri. Then based on this third problem, wala na gyud daw tubig diri, but it should be remain nga ang iyang degree of saturation is 30%. So but pasabot imo dayng gamma H diri should be the gamma moist that you were able to get multiplied by 15 mo lang. So shortcut na ta diretso guys kay langay na siya. That should be 19.1 multiplied by 15 plus how much? Pila to? 18.8 minus 9.81 multiplied by mid-height of clay, which is 4.5, and that should be 326.96. So, tanan na to na. Simba. Okay. Sakto. Same ra siya answer, guys. So, ang solution ako diri is ang breakdown sa total pressure, portive pressure, then I had an effective pressure. But you can actually do the ones that I did in my calculator. So, you can do that. Nasabtan sa tanan, were you able to get that? So, this is now your final answer in this part. Okay? Okay. So, that's first problem. Now, let's go to stress distribution na. Stress distribution, kani siya, para nako, there are finite. Sakto ba? Finite or, infinite dahil, sa'yo. Infinite formulas of Bosines and Westergaard. So, the ones that I gave you are the ones that came out in the board exam. So, this equation came out in a board exam. So, might as well memorize this. But there are other varieties of formulas. So, self-study na lang to, which is solvable sa inyong, naagyapon sa inyong practice problem. So, dagan kayo itong problem dito. Can utilize that. Wait lang. Sorry. Na next na. So, what's important here? Ang may important sa'yo naman yung Bosines o ang Westergaard. Same naman sila concept. Different lang yung formula. The concept that is needed to be known here is that you should know, kamo mismo sa inyong kagalingon, you know how to determine the R value, the Z value. Okay? Based on the problem. Okay? Some problems do not state that the R value is this, the Z value is this. It's not stated like that because based on the problem, na ginaingon nga, R is described and Z is also described. So, now, what is R by the way? Based on this equation, no, it was labeled here na, that is the horizontal distance from Q. So, you have here Q which is denoted as Q, which is your point load, di ba? This is your point load or your added stress, di ba? That's the ground. Now, ang RDI daw is ang horizontal distance from the Q. So, both pasabot, your point of interest DI is this one. Kani akong gilinginan here, which is this part, and it's denoted as small letter P. And the R that is being pertained there is the horizontal distance. So, the line of action sa imuhang point load and the vertical distance to that, muna siya ang RDI. Horizontal, sorry. That's gonna be your R. But what about na po DI? Z. Z is, muna to kong giingon nga, vertical distance. Vertical distance from your, what? Q or added load or point load to your point of interest. So this is your Z. And in other words, it can be called as your depth. Okay? Okay. Now, what if namang yung mga instances na mayingon siya nga the load at the point of interest is directly below the added load or the point load. How much now is your value of R? Sige, panguntanon tamo. Again ha, ako ibalikon ang akong state. Na may instances no, pag maingon siya nga, your point of interest is directly below your point load. My question is, how much is your R distance? Sige. If that should be, yes, that should be, how much is your R now? 0, correct, no? That's correct. Because your point of interest is directly below, so, di ba by definition, R is the horizontal distance. So, do you have any horizontal distance if it's in the line of action of your point load? Di ba wala? So, that's automatically deduced nga. Inyong R value ay is 0. Muna siya ang reason, guys. Nga, no. Okay. Wala siya gi-state here, but you should know that fact. Okay. Solve the problem. Boom. In accordance with the Bosines theory, the vertical stress at a point below the flexible circular area in a semi-infinite homogeneous isotropic soil mass due to a uniform load is given by this expression. And we have here your pressure is equals to your Q multiplied by 1 minus 1 over n. Now, your n here has another formula, which is 1 plus r over z squared and raised to the power of 1.5. So, there are defined gihapon si Q, si R, and Z. We are to evaluate the bearing pressure exerted by the footing onto the supporting soil by 4M diameter. Circular footing that is transmitting column load of 1,500 kN. So, that's gonna be your point load or your added stress or added load, okay? That's 1,500. Evaluate the vertical stress in kPa at the depth. Oh, let's take note, guys. Depth of 6m below the center of footing, and how deep in meters below the footing would the pressure reduce to 1/10 of the pressure at the base of the footing. So, okay. So, by now, no, naano tayo pang highlightan there ng mga values which you should know what are these values. Okay. So, kabalot ta nga in the first problem, bearing pressure. How do you calculate bearing pressure? Diba? It's just force over area. And what force is present here? Diba? That's gonna be your added Q. Diba? That's your Q. And your area here pertains to the what? Circular footing. Diba? Alam mo siya diri nga circular imuhang area. So, what's the formula for in getting the area of a circle? Diba? That's gonna be kung diameter, that's gonna be pi over 4d squared. Pero, since, all you have to do is just to multiply. Multiply, divide. So, that's gonna be 1/5, which is your Q here, over pi over 4 times 4. Ah, sabi kasi 4, ma'am. That's gonna be the diameter of your circular footing. Nara siya. Okay? So, squared. Diba kay, that's the area. Bye, Ma'am Jo. That's gonna be the area of your circle. That's gonna be pi over 4d squared. Mana siya? And you will get the bearing pressure to be 119.37. Ano lang siya kasimple. Okay? Sige. Dirita. This is a past board exam question, guys, ha? Now, since we are to solve for the pressure or the stress, so we are to solve the n first. Kaya diba si n is the value na siya here. So 1 plus r over z squared. Take note, guys. Kanita nan equation is raised to 1.5. Dili lang kaninga term, ha? Take note, raised to 1.5. So let's plug in. So that's gonna be 1 plus 2. Ma'am, asa gikan si r value ni mo nga 2, ma'am? Because it was stated, ganiha, di ba? Nga imong diameter daw is 4m. And the radius of that is 2m. Mano siyang 2 ang atong gamiton. So that's 2 over 6. 6 is given in the problem because it was stated that the depth of 6m, diba, that's gonna be your z. So all of this equation is raised to the power of 1.5. So you'll obtain a value for this, which is n is equals to 1.171. Now, we're not yet done because we are to solve for the vertical stress man. So that's gonna be your Q multiplied by the entire term nga 1 minus 1 over n. So, let's expound that. So, that's gonna be 119.37. Asa gikan si 119.37, ma'am? That's the bearing pressure which we calculated in the first part. This one. So, that's gonna be multiplied to the entire term nga 1 minus 1 over 1.171. No? And you'll obtain an answer of 17.45 kPa. Nasabtan? Now, another one. Last question in this part. Now, diri na punta. Ang difference lang is pabaliktad lang ito mag-solve, guys. Ang pangutana na diri is how deep. So, deep is related to the word to the symbol we know, which is Z, di ba? In meters below the footing, would the pressure be reduced to 1/10? So 1/10 to atong nakalculate nga pressure nato, guys. So utilizing to the pressure nga katong 1/10 lang atong na-solve, guys. Pila daw ang value sa Z ato? Okay? So pabaliktad na data mag-solve ani, guys. So paatras. Di ba kaganiya from Q nag-N ka, tapos P ka. Karon pabaliktad na takay na naman tayo value sa tong P. No? That's 1/10 of the P that we solved. Then we are to solve for the Z. So baliktad na ta. So this is our new pressure, which is 1/10 of your Q. And ano siya? Ano siya? So what you're gonna do, if imong i-substitute here, si 1/10 Q, because it's 1/10 of your pressure, di ba? Q. So, but pa sa bot, we can cancel some variables here. So, makancel na to si Q here. So, but pa sa bot, our remaining equation should remain as 1/10 is equals to quantity 1 minus 1 over quantity 1 plus R over Z squared. Then, all of them should be raised to 1.5. Substitute. Sige, isa-isa na to. 110 is the 1/10 value. And then, Q, anong wala naman si Q? Again, di-cancel sila, guys. So, 1 over 1 plus 2, which is, because 4M, di ba tong diameter, divide 2, radius. Okay? Now, ang Z, ang atong unknown. Di ba? Saan ba ito? Adiri, safe, diri. Diya. Basta, Z atong unknown. And raised to the power of 2. And all of them should be raised to 1.5. Sige daw, i-calculate daw na ninyo. You should obtain 7.41. Now, if inyong lantawon, dugay gigay na siya mo shift solve do. Promise. Dugay gigay na mo shift solve. Dugay na siya mo shift solve. So, what you should do, especially, nganong nakain ko nga dugay siya mo shift solve? Because, ang imong unknown value is naa sa denominator. So, supposedly, if carry pa gyud mo, pwede rin mo siya i-transpose diri, but medyo malangay ka. So, ang imo na lang buhaton ana, if you are a Canon user, mag-assume ka iterative value. So, per se 1 over 10, di ba? Gi-clear ko to, wala to tanan value. Gi-clear ko to. Gi-clear ko to, so wala ko existing x value. Pero may 1 minus 1 over 1 plus 2, which is the unknown, and let's denote that as x. Sige, x na siya, raised to the power of 2. Dayon, raised to the power of 1.5. And kulang pa tayo sa parenthesis sa last. Now, pag mag-shift ka na, pangutanon ka, diba? Solve for x. Si x, kay wala na siya sa kamulay. Dapat na siya kalimutan, diba? Yung mga x, kalimutan. Pero dire, mag-assume ta, no? Mag-assume ta og value. So, per se, no, mong tricky na part here. Kay wala man tay choices, di ba? Wala tay choices. So, supposedly, if naa kay A, example, naa kay choices dara, A is 5, B is 7, C is, per se, 10, D is 15. So, example, man siya yung choices na sa imuhang ABCD. So, ang but pa sa batay, wala makakabalo kung unsa ang imuhang expected value, di ba? But, you have some choices. So, if imong lantawon diri, mangita kag in between ana nilang upat. So, that's 5, 7, 10, 15. So, unsay between ana. Pero ako, butang na to mga 8. Magbutang kong 8 diri. So, iteration ako na siya nga 8. So, ang akong ibutang diri nga solve for x, nga akong i-assume value diri is x, for the x is 8. Nganong 8 man imong ibutang, ma'am? Because, momon siya ang tunga-tungaan nila. Para mas dali mangita si calculate kung unsa gyud iyahang precise value. Kasi if dili ka magbutang og assumed value na dugay ka na siya mag-shift solve, guys. Butang na to 8. So, miskan pag dugay na siya, mas labaw nga dugay pa gyud na siya mag-shift solve if dili ka magbutang og iteration value. So, mo na siyang paspas na siya ni shift solve because ang imong gi-assume nga value is duol ra siya sa imuhang correct answer. Pero what if ang imong wala ka nag-assume og value dira, let's say ang imong ipangutana ka gani solve for x tapos wala ka nagbutang, di ba? Wala ka nagbutang. So imagine na from 0 to 1 million mangita pa na siya. So mo nang dugay ka mangita si calculator sa imong final value, dugay kay siya maka-display sa imong final value because wala nimo siya gitagaan og boundary ba nga naara diri dapita ang imong pangitaonon nga answer. So the purpose of putting an iterative value or assumption for the value of your x is para mas pas tabangan mo imong calculator para mas pa siya maka-generate sa imong final answer. So, from now on, no, reklamo mo, ma'am, dili may mo gamit o kanon, ma'am, kay dugay kay na siya mo shift solve. Pero, buto na lang, dugay kay siya mo shift solve if dili ka magbutang o assumption nga value. Pero if magbutang ka, pas siya mo shift solve, mo na siya, daghan gyapon, if gakabantayan ninyo, daghan gyapon gagamit og kanon because get by, saan mo tawag na rin? Ano bitong, kaya nimo red flag ni red kibali si Canon tsada siya pero na siya red flag. Iyang red flag is dugay siya mo shift solve. Pero kanang red flag ni Canon, pwede ra day nimo siya nga i-accept tungod kay naala kay remedies nga buhatan which is ang iteration sa imong solve for x. So ina na gyapon ang left no nga miskag red flag no gapadayon gyapon mo sa inyong mga partner so whatever the miskag red flag makita gyapon ninyo good sa ilaha. So ina na gyapon siya. So balik lang ta sa tong topic, that should be the final answer which is part C. Miskan pag red flag siya gyapon inyong gapiliun. Murag si Canon, murag inyong kuan mga crush dira ang mga red flag nga miskag na siya yung mga apan pero siya babalik pa rin sa iyo. Ang babalik pa rin sa yakap mo. Diba? Murag na gyapon miskag red flag si Canon dugay kay shape so pero daghan gyapon gapili sa iya because kaya rin nimo i-bear iyang red flag. Okay? So na siya. So from now on mag-assume na mo value dili mo sige bugot-bugot nga dugay mo shift solve pag-assume mo value. So mga depth inana di pa nababot og 100 ang depth. Uy, grabe sad. So depth is should be around 1 to butang na to 15 or kung gamay ra gyud ang 15 so 1 about 20. So at least kita gali mag-boundary si kalikyo nga na araw around 1 to 20 ang imong pangitaon. So mas na siya shift solve. Okay, basta mga Waser Gaard, mga business dugay gyud na siya shift solve. Pero you can actually find ways to sa tawag na to remedy that. Okay? Sige. Westergaard na ta. So, same rin po concept kay Westergaard, guys, na R is the horizontal distance and Z is the depth. So, tanawa lang na yung equation. You can memorize that. Sige. According to elastic theory, the vertical stress induced by a flexible line load of infinite length that has an intensity of Q units length on the surface of a semi-infinite saan mo to? Soil mass can be estimated by these two equations. Ma'am, lahi malagi na siya sa equation nga mong gihatag. Actually guys, daghan nga mo na mong giingon ako sa inyo ang dagag variety si Westergaard si Business. That is something basta mao to akong gi-introduce nga generic equation. So, again, now, a masonry wall weighing 7 kilonewton per linear meter is carried by a wall footing 0.5 m wide. Evaluate the stress at the depth of 2 m and a horizontal of distance of 3 m. So, what was about natay values here, dapat tayo values here. Then depth should be z and that's 2 m and horizontal distance that's 3 m, di ba? And other factors. So now, let's try to envision kung saan yung other values nga 7 kn, this is kn per linear meter, so that's gonna be 7 kn per m, di ba muna siya? So that's gonna be your uniform UDL, basta W, this is your uniform load. And natay wall footing 0.5 m wide. So let's try to envision this illustration, no? Kung unsa day pasabot ana. So now, so mo din na siya ang side view niya nga illustration, guys, para mas masabtan ninyo. So, and naata uniform load which is state there is a problem that's gonna be 7 kN per linear meter, mo din na siya. And then now, you also have anong naka-green na siya, later na siya ginauna lang na ni siya. So, di ba unsa ganito ato ang formula basta mga di ba the overarching is force over area na natay force which is 7 kN per m, but the area na pud ang atong problema unsa na mo yung area ani. So wala man gi-state diri good guys kung unsa ang unsa tawag na kung unsa ang area or size, wala man gani giingon kung unsa ang diri kay ang difference man gud kay ganiya naka-state ang diameter, so automatically you can get the formula for the area. You can get automatically get the area because the diameter is given, wala may other factors, but since circular to siya, but what about if in any nga case which is rectangular or circular, di ba? The area should be length times width, di ba? Length times width. And the given here could be the length or could be the width. Wala ta kabalo sa isa ka variable. Basta gani inani nga mga cases, you would always assume a 1 meter strip. And you will multiply that to your existing size. So, inana na siya. So, the reason nga nung naatay green here, no, dili ka ninyo maklaro, i-zoom in ako. Dili pa siya mapa-zoom in. Nakita ninyo? Mo na pinaka-zoom in niya. So, mo na siya, naguha da tag 1 meter strip ana. So, zoom out na punta balik. So, that's gonna be your 1M, which is this, no? This portion here. That's gonna be 1M. Kaya wala man nakabalo pila ang length sa wall footing nimo. Kabalo lang man ta nga ang yang width is 0.5, di ba? And this portion here is 0.5. Nakita ninyo? So, of course, we can now get the area here. Di ba? That's the perpendicular area. So, nanatay per se length times width. So, nanatay area. 7 kn per m na siya. So, automatically, you will get 7, which is your load, over your area, which is in this part, it's gonna be 0.5 times 1. Asa man you can see 1, that's gonna be your 1M strip. Diba? Strip, 1M strip. So, you will get an answer of 14 kPa. Now, let's calculate your N. So, that's gonna be 2, quantity 1 plus R, which is 3 na horizontal 3M, and then depth of 2M. Diba? And simplify that equation, you will get 21.125. And plug that in. So 0.0637 multiply the 14 value of your Q over the N, which is 21.125. You will get your final answer to be 0.0422. Nasabtan, guys? Okay ra? Nasabtan ra kung anong ahagi ka ng mga values, asagi kuan si kuan, sabtan ra no? I hope this illustration you were able to envision yun ang kinahanglan siya. Ha? Okay. Next. Another problem, guys. So, an underground tunnel is to be constructed at a depth of 9m below the ground surface for a subway in Cagayan de Oro. On the ground surface and radically located from the line of the tunnel is a vertical load of 9 mn. That m here signifies for the mega, and n is just the Newton. Design specifications require that the vertical stress due to the load at the level of the tunnel should not exceed 6% of the vertical stress at the same depth directly below, and the formulas are given. So, obtain the minimum distance. So may sa minimum distance at which the alignment of the tunnel be located from the line of application of the load. So, but pasabot, this is what you're looking for here is just your R. RM nga pangita here. So, let's envision this problem. So, natay tunnel kuno. Then you have your Q, which is your 9M. Then naa kay point A. Then another point B. And then, of course, ato na siyang iinana ang location. So, this is your depth, which is given as 9M. Sakto ba? 9M siya. 9 meters na sa problem. And what you're looking for here is your RB. So, now, your point of interest here, let's say N. If you would notice this, you'll plug in this equation. Ang imong gamiton na point of interest first is your A. So, mo to kung concept ka ganiyang giingon, if the point of interest is directly below or in the line of action of the application of your added point load or your point load itself, so automatically the R value that you'll be utilizing is the 0. Mo ni siyang 0 ni siya dito. So 1 over 1 plus quantity R, which is 0, over Z, which is 9. And then you'll have to multiply it, square that, and then raise that to 2.5. And automatically you will get a value for your N, which is 1. Now, since you have the value for your N already, all you have to do is just to use this equation, 0.477 gikan si 9 times 10 to the power of 6. This is just your 9 mn. Diba? 9 mn is just, the mega has a value for its scientific notation nga times 10 to the power of 6, diba? So, mono siya here. And the 9 here is the Newton. Mono siya, guys. And you have your N value to be 1. And then Z is 9m, 9 meters. Depth man daw. So, naa kay PA value of 53,000 pascals. This is not yet what we're looking for kay ang atong ginapangita di ba diri is the minimum distance. Now, take note na atay restriction, guys. 6%, no? Design specification daw nag-ingon that the vertical stress due to the load at the level of the tunnel should not exceed 6% of the vertical stress. 6% lang daw ang kaya niyang ma-carry. So, of course, ang katong 53,000 nga pascals imong nakuha, you will just utilize the 6% of that when you design. So, that's gonna be 3,180 pascals. Okay. After which, no, imo na siyang ibaliktad na pod imong equation na kay value for your pressure, right? And you are looking for the value of your R. Baliktad sa. So, that's gonna be 3,180, your new designed vertical stress, no? And then 0.477, remain ragyapan inyong 9 mn. Dayon 1 over n. Man you can see the gan nga equation, ma'am. This is just your what? Dili day. Sorry. This is just your matabi? Q. Okay, ibaliktad n lagi day. N over Z. This is just kani siya nga portion is n, then this is just Z. So gi-transfer lang nato si Q. Dito ba sa kilid. So, shift solve. Dugay ka na i-shift solve, guys. So, mo to kung gingon ka ganiha, you should assume a certain value para daol na siya mangita. And ako suggestion sa inyo nga assume it to be around 1 to 20. So, ina na siya. So, you should be getting 12.98 value for its minimum distance. So, ina na lang ko later if inyong na-solve is 12.98, okay? Pero guys, na ako i-chika sa inyo nga ano guys ba? Kanang timailhan para dili na mo mag-solve for n again. Basta gani, so sige na ako solve before, no? Nabantayan na ako. Basta gani, whatever you, di ba? Automatically, basta gani, 0 ang imuhang point of interest, guys. Or your R value is 0 and the point of interest is just directly below your line of action. Ang n nimo ana is just always 1. Pero you can actually recheck for you to see. Pero mo lang na siya kung di mailan before. Para dili na pud ko lang ay mag-solve utro. Ina na siya. Okay? We can listen me some reactions. Bubo na lang ni example 2:1, guys. Sige, let's try to finish it by 7:30. Saan kaya na 7:30? Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. Okay na ta. 2:1 na ta. So, the 2:1 method is just so simple. Simple yun na siya. If you would notice, this is just force over area, force over area, and force over area. Pero ma'am, why is it nga lain-lain siya variety? Because it's a rectangular footing, and it's a square footing, and it's a circular footing. So, muna siya. But let's look at the dispersion method, or the 2:1 mo. If you would notice, naa kani siya mas masabtanin ninyo tingali sa settlement, mas applicable na siya. So, what you're gonna do is, Ang assumption na to ani is that naatay slope nga 1:2 monggo, di ba? Based on unsa ganito, di ba, naato sa inyong assignment NSCP 2015, di ba? Gipapangutana gini nako to sa inyong assignment. So naatay assumption nga 1:2. So ang assumption day ani nga whatever x that you got, it is just half of your depth z. Okay? So, di ba, this is your base. This is just your base, no? Okay, if imong straight on direct drawing, di ba? This is, let's say, 2M. So, 2M, po lugar ni. Di ba? But, now, since this is a trapezoid, no, na kay extra nga triangles there, how are you going to solve for you to guys to be able to get the x value? So, pwede ra actually ka mag-ratio proportion here, no? Dira man jud kaning nga generic knowledge nga inanaday siya ang discovery nga ang depth z di is half, ang x di is just half of your depth. But in order for you nga mas masabtan nimo, you would just do some ratio and proportion here. So ang nitabuan na, 'di ba? How do you do ratio and proportion, 'di ba? It's now x, 'di ba? And the height of it, which is here, the z. So, di ba, unsa na yung ratio ni proportion, that's gonna be bigger triangle equals to smaller triangle. Di ba, na siya. So, may it be, ang numerator nimo is height or the base or vice versa. Di ba, na ang ratio ni proportion. So, di ba, naatay, if you would notice, naatay dako nga triangle here. Diba natay dako nga triangle. Pasensya na akong drawing. Then naapod tay gamay nga triangle here, which is your slope. So, if this is your x and this is your z, no? That's the bigger triangle. In order for you to get the ratio and proportion in this part, it is just x over x over your height, or height z, and similarly, your width here sa smaller triangle nimo, which is 1 over 2, which is the height. So, if mangutanan mo balik, hanigikan si 1:2. Ma'am, naana siya sa inyong assignment. Papangita, di ba na ako sa inyo, ha? So, it's in the NSCP 2015 nga. Ang ratio sa imong vertical to horizontal is maunang siya. Horizontal to vertical. Lagi. Horizontal to vertical is 1:2. Muna siya. So, basically, without doing this ratio and proportion again, no? Basic knowledge na lang automatically. Pag moingon siya nga, you have your value for your z, automatically, maka-deduce ka nga, okay, the x automatically is just the half of it. So, pag moingon ka nga, the depth is per se 10. So, automatically, kabalo ka nga, ang x din mo is 5. Ano siya, without doing the ratio and proportion. So, mo na siya. Balik sa na dyan na siya. So, mo na siya. So, a square footing, 1.7 m in dimension, supports a concentrated load of 450. Calculate the pressure at the mid-height of the clay layer located 2.4 m below the base of the footing. Assume that the stress is spread at a slope of 1:2. 1 horizontal and 2 vertical. So, what are your given values here? 1.7 nga square footing. So, kabalo ka nga square. Yung illustration should be 1.7 diri, 1.7 dira. So, automatically, area of that is just 1.7 squared, di ba? So, pero napa man kay base. Ayan. So, that's just b plus 1.7 squared. So, you have your base is 1.7. And then, the pressure at the mid-height lake 2.4. Naka 440 dahil nga load dahil, guys. And, imuhang z daw is, or your depth is 2.4. So, automatically, kabalo kang x value dahil ani, pag mag-drawing kag lines here, kabalo di ka, 1.7 mani siya. Sorry, 1.7 m. Then, 2.4, it's just 1.2. 1.2 diri. 1.2 dira. So, ano na lang siya. So, the formula is just q over b plus z. And you know the value for your base. That's 1.7 plus the z. Nganong z man siya? Kay duha ka excess, which is your the half, 1.2, 1.2 is just your z. Diba? So that's gonna be, pag i-add bang mo ang 1.2, sorry. Pag i-add mo ang 1.2 o 1.2, technically is just what? 2.4. Ano siyang z ang nasa equation. Pero it's just x plus x. Ano na siya. So 450 over 1.7 plus 2.4, which is your z squared. You will get a final answer of 26.77 kPa. And that's the final problem. Uy! That's the final problem. Example. Okay na? Nasabtan? Dili lang tataman. For tonight. Okay? Sige. Okay, nasabtan naman to, no? Now, let's go to our tradition nga mag-idea ta. So, nakita na to without the choices. You tell me the final answer. According to USCS, paano na ito sa chat? B. Ako check diri. According to USCS, what do you call a soil grain with grain size greater than 4.75 but less than 75 mm? Go. Send mo answer. Double check. Ana si Glide. Gravel daw. Na nag-ingan gravel. Gravel ilang most ay answer. B. Sige. Na nag-answer si ana siya course. So, the final answer, wala na magdungag. Sure na jud mo ani. So, the final answer should be, check na nako. Okay, next na po. The final answer should tell us that it's dan oh, naa si gravel, naapod si core, wala na si course. So, gravel, automatically, you'll get gravel. So, the one that got this is glide. Agan. Unsa ka section glide? What's
4E po, ma'am.
4E? Okay. Sige. 4E. Ako i-note ha. Kay malimot ko. 4E agan. Sige, next question. Sige. One of the following foundation conditions does not affect the bearing capacity of the supporting soil. A. Letter na to diri ha. A. Depth of water table. B. Density of soil. C. Layering of soil. D. Load imposed onto the soil. One of the foundation conditions does not affect the bearing capacity of the supporting soil. Sige. Who would tell me the answer? It should be letter. So, imong hunaon diri ba nga? Ang kani siya nga, apart atong wrong, no? Gaka-affect ni siya sa bearing capacity. How do you define bearing capacity? It's the ability of your soil to carry loads. So, if imong hunaon ha, sige. Naa kay yuta. Butangan nimo siyang tubig. Do you think nga maka-affect siya sa imong bearing capacity? Though be, what if bantok kaayo imong soil? Dense kay siya. And what if ang soil nimo is loam? What if it's peat? What if it's sand? What if it's clay? Or technically depicting layering of soil. So technically speaking, the correct answer for this one should be the load imposed on the soil. So unsa lugar relate ni the correct answer for this, it should be D. So unsa lugar relate ni load mo? Kung mao na ni ang existing bearing capacity sa imong soil, dungagan nimo siya point load, dili man siya mo decrease, mo increase, di ba dili na siya na inanasa. So but pasabot, it stay as is. So that's why it will not affect the bearing capacity of soil if whatever the load is imposed. But one of which ang maka-affect niya sa bearing capacity sa soil is just the water table, kung naa siya tubig, if bantok or dense kayo ang soil, and if the composition of the soil, which is could be the clay, whether if it's clay, whether if it's sand, whether if it's loam, whatever it is. So the correct answer for this one is letter D. And the first one to get D is ato ka ganiya. Ata nag-end. Karogong. Si Rogong gihapon. So correct. So the 4E Rogong. 4E is, these are actually past board exam questions, guys. Past board exam na siya. And the last question, butang kog barrier kay basig ABCD gyapon na siya. See. Next question is, this occurs when a cohesionless saturated or partially saturated soil substantially loses strength and stiffness in response to an applied stress such as shaking during an earthquake or other sudden change in stress condition in which material that is ordinarily a solid behaves like a liquid. A, settlement. B, liquefaction. C, consolidation. D, compaction. So that should be the gonna answer. And the correct answer is letter B, liquefaction siya, guys. So the first one to get it is Harris. 4E gyapon. 4E is Harris. Spell Harris. Okay. I think that would be all for our discussion, and this is our password for your lecture PDF that I uploaded earlier, that I posted rather. So, do you have any questions na may mga pangutana? Guys, do you have any questions, clarifications? Nasabtan ra, guys? Nasabtan ra, Jod. Legit lang na ha, dili na lamlam nga storya. Nasabtan ra ninyo. Yes. No, I hope you were able to get it, no? Kay dili ta mo lisod-lisod mo tong akong ginaingon, dili ko gatudlo og dili siya necessary para sa inyong board exam. So actually guys, during our undergrad, wala gini siya natudlo, guys. Wala gini siya natudlo. So I wanted to teach this to you. Kaya para dili mo makalitan ini. Although saying ram niya siya, para at least review na lang gid nga literal inyo ang buhaton. Yes. Kisa ganito ng patas, I cannot see that person who raised their hand. Cortina, yes.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
mag-ask lang ko for clarification for the final schedule for the quiz for section 4 D.
4D.
If when po ang na-final po nga
Actually,
schedule.
ginasettle pa jud be. Ginasettle pa jud. Moro gid ako kung ginaingon, it's either Wednesday, this Wednesday, or this Saturday, or next week. Naragid na. So, pag study lang gyapon mo, kay most probably tomorrow mag-follow up na sad ko sa change of schedule if na-finalize. Pero kung ako pa sa inyo ha, pag Saturday na lang mo. If I were you, pag Saturday na lang mo. Kay as far as I got a feedback coming from your classmate, I think okay raman pod kay Ma'am Zafra. For the section 4D ha, okay raman pod kay Ma'am Zafi nga i-asynchronous ra mo. That's what I got from your classmate. So yeah, I think you would probably have your quizzes, whatsoever, assessments nato on Saturday, dungan sa 4E, 6 to 9 p.m. So, mo to siya Nicolito, no? Nicolito yung pangalan. Isaac na. Isaac.
Noted po, ma'am. And Nicolay po, ma'am.
Nicolay dito. Sorry. Isaac. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do you have any more questions other than what were sige pang tana. Wala na? Ay, by the way, do not forget to answer your attendance, which I scheduled post kaganina. So I think it was posted by 6 p.m. and it will close by 11:59 tonight. So that is the attendance for both sections for today and tomorrow. So kindly accomplish, and by the way, pag screenshot mo, kaya I required you to attach some attachments. Kung makita inyong pangalan, nga naa mo diri sa Gmail. Sige. Manghipos na ko. Sige, wala na may pangutana. What else? Katuday wala na ko natagaan o activities. Sige lang, mag-share ta. Kaya message maybe kay di na ako ma-recall if kinsa to sila do. Promise. Kaya recall. Who else? Do you have any more questions? Wala na jud. Kaya muli na ta. Kaya gabi na kayo. Ay, may mo kanamo sa inyong balay og edo no asa mo kay ako muli ko na pa office. Sige na. Wala na may questions. On a count of 3, 2, 1. Wala na. Sige, thank you for attending our lecture. I'm so delighted to have you. 60 plus na ta. So that means to say nga at least roughly 90% of you are here. So please take note that your quiz is a multiple choice quiz, and as far as I can remember, it is 4 pages, and 20 items are itemized and 30 items are situation. So technically, there are 10 situations. Now, 15 of which, 15 out of 20 are terminologies. Careful mo sa terminologies because it's not the usual terminologies na what is the. So it's more of like a concept. Wala dyan siya sa technically nga word for word sa PowerPoint, but it's more of a concept base nga if you really understood the concept behind. If nasabtan ka ninyo, then maka-answer mo, sa'yo na to siya. Then, na ay 5 items, ato, kay, kuwan siya. So, tawag na, itemized solving. So, na ay 15 nga terminologies or concept, objective questions. Dili siya terminology siya. Objective questions, 15 of which are objective questions, and 5 of ato is just the itemized, and then 30 are situation based. So, I'm still finalizing for the points ato. Kay, if itemized, I think I will give it 2 points, and if it's solving, that's gonna be 4 points. So, for 120 plus 20, so 140. So, tarong lang sana ko, pero most probably na ang inyong point system. So, napa mo yung mga pangutana. And again ha, part ni siya sa ato ang quiz. Kani nga topic. Including the previous one. So, pag study gyapon mo sa weight-volume relationship kay daghan mo gawas ato. Because it's fundamental mo. Kanina, agi pa mo gawas ani stress distribution, in situ stresses. But a more complex version. Sa'yo naman siya. Basta sa'yo na siya. Basta gani akong buhat sa'yo, Roy. Sa'yo lang. Diba? Kung mga nanders ako sa'yo, Roy. Sige na, wala na may questions. Again, thank you for joining our class. And see you this coming Saturday for your quiz number 1. Bye, class. You can now leave. Ngipos ako.